This is Restaurant Deal.
Contractor spoke with me again, and it just seems like we've got more and more expenses that are just adding up all the time. He tells me that all the plumbing is wrong. So, for those who don't know, I paid for a company to put in this plumbing, and they did it without a permit, even though they were supposed to get it. And then they took forever. They just started milking me for money. When I called them on it, they took off. They left the project unfinished. And I was hopeful that despite that, all this right here, you can see, I mean, that's just some of it. And it goes all the way back. I don't know how to do this backwards. There we go. It goes all the way back and into the kitchen and whatnot. Anyway, my contractor now says that that's all done wrong. Says it's the wrong kind of copper piping. Honestly, I don't fucking know. But I didn't know that I had to be a contractor. I didn't know I had to know about plumbing. I'm just a cook. But now I got to figure out if my contractor's telling me the truth or just trying to milk me, or what, if there's maybe a loophole. Maybe we can just keep it. Because, I mean, I've already paid like 20 grand for time and materials on that job, and now I'm gonna have to pay another 20, at least. So, there's lots of different things that are happening here. This is just becoming a Pandora's box of headaches. And while I expected some, honestly, I didn't expect this much. Their costs are just piling on. And I'm having to kind of rethink what I'm doing. Should I be doing? And is this all worth it? Because, yeah, there's just so much. Anyway, we'll see what Monday brings. What the fuck is that? All right, good morning. Is there a fucking green dot? What is that green dot? There's a green dot, look at that. What is that? What is that on my face? It's weird. All right, so good morning, new week. And I'm headed down to the construction, 229, to meet with my contractor and apparently the building inspector. And this is important because he's going to let us know what needs to be fixed, what doesn't need to be fixed, what we can slide on. In respect to like the plumbing that's already been done. My contractor says that the plumbing has got to go, even though it's just put in. And he says it's all wrong. I'm starting to feel like he's just trying to get more work. And, things like that I'd like to clear up. Yeah, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed here that I don't have to push the building inspector into a deep fucking hole in the ground that we now have dug. Because he might have to end up swimming with the fishes if he's gonna bust my balls, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like sometimes I should just, slide him like a hundo and, hey man, it's cool. Just look the other way, just look the other way. It's my building, if I'm good with it, what do you fucking care? Yeah, I don't know.
This blue and this red copper line, typically that's supposed to be type K in commercial undergrounds, under slabs. This is type L, which is a weaker, thinner stuff. Now
It's right next to K though.
It's very close, yeah. But some cities or counties allow for K, But this has an unapproved sleeve on it and it's not insulated.
The red is not a good sleeve?
No, the blue or the red's not a good sleeve. Well, by typical plumbing standard. And then there's no insulation on it. Okay. These wood things are a huge no-no. You can't bury those because they draw termites. Stuff like this. That's the wrong pipe. But again, it's not K, and it's creased instead of smooth. So the reason for all this is they don't want slab leaks. They don't want pipes bursting under slabs.
Sure.
You know, and so that's what you're faced with.
Those have to be insulated.
Okay.
Okay.
What about joints? Soldered, brazed? What's okay?
Braised.
Braised?
Yep.
What if they're soldered?
We're gonna have to pressure test this thing.
At what rating or what
I
pressure?
want to see it at 150.
150?
Yeah. Pump it up to
Okay.
150 because that'll guarantee we don't have any leaks.
Okay.
Okay. As far as the water being in that, there's no code.
Okay.
There's no separation of that.
Okay.
You'd be fine.
Okay.
What else was there?
ABS versus PVC?
ABS is fine.
Okay.
The only time that you have to use something else would be if it was a plenum.
Okay.
So plenum returns can't have ABS in it because
Okay.
of the smoke.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're okay with things like that. That's okay with you?
What's that?
These, I mean, that's excessive joints as far as I was concerned. But it sounds like you guys
It's a little excessive, but I mean, it's
As long as it
totally
doesn't leak.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I guess what I wanted to know. As long as it doesn't leak.
There's no code that says that you gotta have so many turns and twists, so.
Right, just minimal, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, Lauren, it's not, as far as like, when you shine a light on, these things are crimped. What do you want me to do there?
Straighten them out.
Just straighten them out, okay, all right. The wood supports, can we leave
Get rid
them?
of them.
Get rid of them,
You have
okay.
to get rid of them, those can't be buried in the dirt.
Okay. Let's see.
Is it true you gotta use new dirt when you dig up the dirt?
Sand. You shade it with sand and then you put it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just got done with that meeting. Like to get this off my chest while it's fresh. The inspector came in to kind of take a look at the existing stuff that had been done, that you know, that was already there, things like that. And I was, excuse me, picking my nose on YouTube. I had an itch. I get like these nose hairs, and they tickle the shit out of me. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's an old age thing. Anyway, he comes to check on, you know, where we're at with things, and I'm wicked nervous because this plumbing, if it has to be redone, is going to cost me 20 grand. Electrical, probably 10, 20 grand. You know, and my contractor's I feel like he's very conservative. So he's thinking like everything needs to be replaced. And so it doesn't seem like it does. This guy comes in and he's like, no, that's okay. The plumbing looks good. Electrical could be done that way. Real cool. I didn't expect that. You don't get that often from, you know, building department type people. But yeah, wicked cool. Just saved myself, you know, a ton of money. So yeah, it's getting crazy. I don't know. I would like to ask if there's any contractors out there, your opinion. My contractor has billed me for things like the time it took to bring his tools in. He also just recently billed me for gas. Now, I get that, you know, yeah, you got a lot of tools, and I get that, you know, maybe if you're heading to the dump, you're charging me, you know, it costs you a little bit of gas to get to the dump. And maybe he's just being super clear and, I don't know, open with this whole thing. And I should embrace that he's being so honest. Because he could easily hide that kind of money anywhere. mean, he's got guys, he says, working, 6 hours pulling wires. Well, I don't know if he pulled any wires yet, but I can't imagine somebody pulling wires for 6 hours, so you said you could hide whatever if you wanted to. You guys they could fucking make up shit. I'm not there all the time, so why would I know? So maybe he's being honest. I don't know. You tell me, because the bills that are coming in are freaking me out. I didn't expect this kind of cost. I expected that it was going to be more than I thought it was going to be, but this guy's not bidding the jobs. He's doing time and material, so I'm paying him hourly basically, and I don't know. I don't like it. I'm going to set up a camera so I can keep track of everything, mostly because, we can watch the time lapse of all this work. But it would also be nice to know when people arrive and leave, you know what I'm saying? It's somewhat of a better idea. Anyway, it looks like there's a cop behind me, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go.